Alden Richards and Maine Mendoza are decided on family, and nothing can break what they've built. In the world of Philippine entertainment, few names have carried as much history, emotion, and public fascination as Alden Richards and Maine Mendoza. For years, their names were inseparable in headlines. Their chemistry sparked movements. Their moments created memories that fans still talk about today. They became more than celebrities. They became symbols of hope, destiny, and modern fairy tale romance. But time has a way of reshaping narratives. And today, a different story seems to be unfolding. Not one fueled by speculation, not one driven by fantasy, but one rooted in maturity, growth, and family. And according to many observers, and both Alden and Maine appear more focused than ever on the people who matter most in their lives. Fame was loud, growth was quiet. There was a time when every public appearance triggered trending topics. Every glance, every gesture, every shared smile became viral within minutes. Fans dissected interviews, social media buzzed with theories, the spotlight never dimmed. But while the world watched the killing moments, something deeper was happening behind the scenes. They were growing. Growth doesn't always happen under bright lights. Sometimes it happens quietly, through responsibilities, personal challenges, and private realizations. Alden and Maine didn't just grow older in the industry, they grew wiser. Alden Richards, the provider, the protector. Alden has never hidden how central family is to his identity. Long before major endorsements, blockbuster projects, and award nights, his motivation was simple: make his family proud. Give them stability, protect them from hardship. Throughout his career, Alden has consistently shown discipline. He avoided unnecessary controversy. He maintained a professional image. He spoke carefully and respectfully about personal matters. This wasn't accidental. It reflected values shaped long before fame arrived. Fans often describe him as grounded, someone who understands where he came from and never forgets it. In interviews, he frequently emphasizes gratitude, faith, and responsibility. And those qualities don't fade with success, they deepen. As years passed, it became clear that Alden's priorities were evolving. Career remained important, but so did long-term security, emotional stability, and family-centered decisions. Maine Mendoza, quiet strength and steady direction. Maine's journey has been equally transformative. From viral sensation to respected actress and television personality, she navigated overwhelming fame at a young age. The sudden intensity of public attention could have easily derailed anyone, but Maine adapted. Over time, her public persona shifted. She became more reserved about personal matters, more selective about what she shared, more protective of her peace. This wasn't distance, it was growth. Maine began projecting something different. Not just charm and humor, but calm confidence. She emphasized balance. She emphasized privacy. She emphasized mental and emotional well-being. And in doing so, she demonstrated maturity that resonated with many supporters. When love teams grow up. The era that defined Alden and Maine's on-screen partnership will always hold a special place in fans' hearts. It was magical. It was unprecedented. It created unforgettable memories. But love teams, like people, evolve. What once thrived on spontaneity eventually faces the reality of adulthood. Responsibilities change. Dreams expand. Perspectives mature. And sometimes the greatest proof of growth is choosing stability over spectacle. That appears to be where both Alden and Maine stand today. Family as a shield. When fans say, "Wala nang makakasira," they are expressing confidence that family-centered priorities create strength that rumors cannot easily penetrate. In an industry where narratives can be shaped overnight, grounding yourself in family becomes a protective barrier. Family keeps egos in check, reminds you of who you are, protects your emotional center, anchors you during storms. Alden's consistent dedication to his loved ones and Maine's steady focus on personal peace reflect something powerful. They are no longer chasing headlines. They are building foundations. And foundations are harder to shake than fantasies. The shift. Fans are noticing. Supporters have observed subtle but meaningful changes. Fewer public reactions to rumors, more controlled messaging, stronger emphasis on work-life balance, clearer boundaries between public and private life. This isn't detachment, it's intentional living. Instead of reacting emotionally to every trending topic, they seem to respond with silence, dignity, and forward movement. That kind of composure often comes from clarity about what truly matters. a new chapter defined by purpose. For both Alden and Maine, success no longer seems measured by online buzz alone. It's measured by stability, peace, longevity, family harmony. This chapter feels different, less dramatic, more deliberate, less reactive, more purposeful. And while some fans may still long for the high energy excitement of earlier years, many others respect this transformation because growth is beautiful, even when it's quieter. Strength beyond speculation. Public figures are often expected to feed narratives, to confirm, deny, clarify, or respond. But there is strength in restraint. There is power in choosing not to amplify noise. If Alden and Maine are indeed prioritizing family above all else, that choice reflects depth. It signals that they understand something many celebrities struggle with. Fame fades, values remain. The meaning of desidero nasa pamilya, to be decided for family, means setting clear priorities, protecting loved ones from unnecessary stress, making long-term choices, not short-term reactions, standing firm even when public curiosity grows. It suggests stability, it suggests intentionality, it suggests readiness for a future that extends beyond headlines. And that is why many believe nothing can break what is built on those principles. Why this matters to fans. Supporters are emotionally invested not just because of past chemistry, but because they've watched two individuals grow. They've seen the highs, they've seen the pressure, they've seen the scrutiny, and now they are seeing maturity. Whether together in destiny or simply united in respect, what resonates most is that both Alden and Maine appear secure in who they are. That security is powerful. Final reflection, foundations over fantasies. In the end, this story isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's about evolution. Alden Richards and Maine Mendoza have stepped into a phase where family, stability, and purpose outweigh public speculation. And when your foundation is built on those pillars, it becomes difficult for rumors, gossip, or outside forces to shake it, because maturity is stronger than noise. Clarity is stronger than confusion. Family is stronger than fame. And perhaps that's the real headline now, not whether they will confirm or deny anything, but that both of them are standing firm, grounded, focused, and decided. And when you are decided on family, very little can break what you've built. Let's go even deeper, beyond the headlines, beyond the nostalgia, beyond what trends for a day. Because when we talk about Alden Richards and Maine Mendoza, we are not just talking about two celebrities. We're talking about two individuals who survived one of the most intense fan phenomena in Philippine entertainment history and came out stronger, calmer, and more self-aware. The pressure that could have broken them. Not everyone understands what it's like to have millions of people invested in your personal life, every smile analyzed, every absence questioned, every silence interpreted. There were moments when expectations were louder than reality, and that kind of pressure can either fracture a person or forge them into something stronger. What many fans are seeing now is not distance, it's resilience. They are no longer reacting to noise, they are responding with composure, and that speaks volumes. Alden, choosing stability over spotlight. Alden's career continues to grow, endorsements, films, hosting projects, yet his demeanor feels different now, more grounded, more intentional, more selective. He doesn't chase controversy. He doesn't fuel speculation. He protects what matters. And that protection often centers around family. He has spoken many times about sacrifice, about working tirelessly, not just for himself, but for the people who supported him long before fame found him. That kind of mindset doesn't fade with success. It becomes stronger. Because when a man builds his life around responsibility, distractions lose their power. Maine. Protecting her peace. Maine, on the other hand, has embraced something many public figures struggle to master: boundaries. She shares joy, she shares gratitude, but she does not overshare her personal life. That shift wasn't accidental, it was intentional growth. She understands that peace is not something you wait for, it's something you protect. And protecting peace often means prioritizing family, personal space, and emotional clarity over constant public validation. That kind of maturity doesn't scream, it whispers. And those who pay attention can hear it clearly. When two people mature at the same time, there's something powerful about watching two people grow in parallel. Whether they walk the same path romantically or not, What's undeniable is that both Alden and Maine have matured into individuals who value stability. And stability is not dramatic, it's disciplined. It's waking up every day and choosing responsibility. It's ignoring noise. It's focusing on long term happiness instead of short term applause. Fans who say, Wala nang makakasira aren't just being hopeful, they're observing something real. Two people who no longer allow external pressure to define their direction. The difference between fantasy and foundation. Fantasy thrives on excitement. Foundation thrives on commitment. The early years were magical, spontaneous, electric, unforgettable. But foundations are built slowly, brick by brick, choice by choice. And what we're witnessing now feels less like fantasy and more like foundation. Family-centered decisions, private strength, quiet confidence. These are not the ingredients of chaos. They are the ingredients of longevity. Why nothing can break it. When a person knows who they are, knows what they want, knows who they prioritize, they become difficult to shake. Rumors lose weight, speculation loses power, external noise becomes background sound. Alden's discipline, Maine's composure, together or individually, those qualities create resilience. And resilience is what lasts. The bigger picture. Perhaps the most beautiful transformation isn't about romance at all. It's about evolution. It's about watching two young stars who once carried enormous expectations grow into adults who carry their responsibilities with grace. They are no longer defined by trends. They are defined by choices, and those choices appear clear. Family first, peace first, purpose first. Final thought. Maybe the real story isn't about whether they will confirm anything. Maybe the real story is this. They are stronger now than they were before. Stronger in identities, stronger in values, stronger in boundaries. And when you build your life around those pillars, very little can break what you've built. Because at the end of the day, fame may bring attention, love may bring excitement, but family brings grounding. And grounding is what keeps you standing when everything else shakes.